Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on? This is Totally Blitz Podcast, the show about shots, smoke, and football.
Oh man, gotta have that drink on you. Hey man, I'm drinking on that Frosted Flakes Breakfast Essentials, bro. That shit got 10 grams of protein. I'm gonna get big on you niggas.
This is week 17 pick, week 18, right? Yeah, week 18 picks edition.
I ain't never heard about it before. Man, this was just like somebody like talking shit to somebody like, oh yeah, bro, when y'all gonna play us? Yeah, during week 18. The bums. Coach, when you gonna let me start during week 18? I got you.
I feel like playoff teams used to tell that to non-playoff teams, like, when are you gonna play us? Like, week 8, make it to week 18 and you'll see us for real. But
right. This shit really tastes like Frosted Flakes, I'm not gonna lie.
It looks good. But one thing I find crazy is just like Aaron Rodgers might play, Kirk Cousins might play. Like, this is one team of opposite spectrums. One has clinched the division and his spot in number one, and one is kicked out the playoffs. But they're like, fuck it, we're still gonna roll them out. And everything in between to like Joey B probably sit in.
Hey man, it's all about the heart for the game, man. Motherfucking, hey man, if they want to play, let them play, man. They don't, but if they get hurt, hey man, they get hurt.
Yeah, you can't please anybody. I saw Rodgers saying earlier this week something like 2 weeks ago we came out the first, or 2 years ago we came out the first round, had the divisional, like didn't play. We didn't play week 17, so our first time playing was 2 weeks later, and we didn't look too good. And everyone kept saying like, "Oh, well, maybe it's because they didn't play and they sat everybody. They're rusty." Da, da, da. So you can't please anybody. Like the other side, like, what the fuck are you doing? It's week 18. Sit Aaron Rodgers.
Haters gonna hate, man. That's what they get paid to do. Skip Bayless.
Yeah, but with a lot of these matchups, I won't say it won't mean nothing, but our handicapping might just come down to the gut feeling, just because it, like, some of them is just gonna be like Case Keenum versus Brandon Allen at quarterback, and it's like all it's all like a preseason game almost. It's like, let's just have fun with it.
I got Case Keenum.
Oh no, but we'll get into that. We also got 2 games jumping off on Saturday on ABC, which is I found it pretty cool. You don't ever see a football game on ABC, but this is the network wars. There's games on Amazon Prime, there's games on Nickelodeon. Why not have some on ABC?
There's not games on Nickelodeon. It's cap.
Oh yes, there is. I actually think there's one there this week. Your game, the Falcons Saints game, might be the Nickelodeon slime game. I could be wrong, but I just know that Saints had it last year. And Cam Jordan was the slime VP, the SVP, and Pat McAfee was giving him some shit. Or not shit, but just saying like, you better go defend your award this week. And I was like, is that the game on Nickelodeon? Like, it usually will come on somewhere else, but it's just like, oh, Nickelodeon also got this game too, and it has little special effects, little slime zones.
That's crazy. I seen somebody get slimed. I wonder, maybe JT.
JT got slimed, or Darius. It was definitely a Colt.
I was wondering who that was and what was going on, but yeah, I understand now. It was like 2 weeks ago. It was Nickelodeon that got that bag. They get that NFL bag. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like Mitch Trubisky was a slime VP, joining Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes in that same draft class with an MVP of some sort.
I respect it.
But with our Saturday first one on ABC and ESPN, we have an 11-point favorite on the Chiefs going to Denver to beat Denver. How are you feeling about this game? I'm not sure who, like, Mahomes, like, because the Chiefs have something to play for because of the fact that the Titans have taken the number 1 seed. So if the Titans lose, they may come out swinging, but if the Titans don't, like, it's hard to know what this team's going to come out with. Is Mahomes and Kelsey going to play because they have something to play for, or are they just going to send in the backups?
Against The Broncos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs because the Broncos already have a backup.
That is a very good point. Yeah, give me the Chiefs as well. I think they are gonna play. Just I don't know. I just feel like the Chiefs had a lot of ups and downs this year, and they at least just want to end just end the season on a good note going into playoffs. And our next game on the slate for Saturday, also on ABC, we have the Cowboys going over to the Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Both made it to the playoffs, both NFC East. I kind of like this the rivalry divisional games at the end of the year. Kind of makes it fun.
I do fuck with them boys. Hey, you said the Cowboys playing their starters?
Mike McCarthy said he plans to play his starters. So, but there are a lot of players like Parsons and Tyron Smith who are on the COVID list, and they have a feeling by halftime or third quarter, like Dak's going to be sitting, Zeke's going to be sitting.
Michael Gallup's out of there right now. Pray for that boy. I don't know. I would take the Eagles, but the Cowboys are shit. They're going to at least play. Looks like they're gonna play the defense at least. They're gonna play the defense is gonna start because people got to get their bags. They got to play the snaps and shit. So like, I'll take the Cowboys on this one.
How do you like? Yeah, I'm rocking with the Cowboys too, just because Jalen Hurts has an ankle injury, and there's a lot more older players on the Eagles, so I feel like a lot more players will sit. Whereas the Cowboys, but in terms of playoff. Like when it comes to playoffs, which one of these teams do you think really is posing a bigger threat? Or if you're sitting at the Aaron Rodgers, like I know you think Packers are winning the whole NFC, but like which one of these think could be more of a serious threat in the playoffs?
Correction. I think the Packers are winning the whole entire thing. I think they're even gonna go to Disney World and they're gonna go win in games over there too, like afterwards. Like I think the Packers are really, really hot right now, especially if they play this week. We'll get to that. But it's interesting, right? Because really, we just want to see the Cardinals and the Cowboys running back. And that's kind of going to let us know, like, who's the real threat to the Packers. Like, that's going to let us know who's going to really do something besides the Bucs. So, but the thing about the Eagles is if the Eagles match up with a team that can't stop the run, the boys is stuck.
Yeah. They get all the rushing yards.
Yeah, them boys are stuck. But if I'm trying to think of because they can play anybody and they can run on everybody. They can run on the Packers. They can run on the Cowboys. They can run on anybody pretty much. There's nobody that could really, in my eyes, really like that has the rushes because they can get at least 145 on anybody. So like it's all about matchups. I think the Eagles are going to be able to play their most sound football in the playoffs, their best football. But I'm not gonna lie. I think the Eagles might play a little, have better football, but like maybe the Cowboys might get a better matchup because they get to play Kyler Murray again after just playing him like a week ago.
Yeah, I would be worried. I'm not sure where the Eagles land. I know they're probably like the 6th or 7th, like the last 2 spots. And I just don't know who they would play. Like if they play the Buccaneers, now that's a team that can stop the run. So like they are a team that like they match up real well. Darius Slay is allowing the worst pass percentage or completion percentage, like less than 20% in man coverage and one-on-ones, which is like absolutely nuts. So he's really on like some like Slay Island type right now. But yeah, like the Cowboys, they're also a team where one game they might show up and put up 400, 500 yards. Another game they might be clawing just to get at 300 total yards as a team. But I would say honestly, I think I'm a little bit more afraid of the Eagles. Like I think their defense is a little bit more like hungry. Like this is a younger defense for the Cowboys, where this is Fletcher Cox, this is Javon Holland. These are some older players. Or that this is the last couple go arounds.
I like the Cowboys personnel a little bit more than the Eagles because I like Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
But what's it called? Those people. But I like Nick Sirianni over Mike McCarthy though.
Big Mike.
Yeah, he's just young. He's young. He's willing. He's progressive. He's willing to adjust. I like him because like a lot of these games, like last game against the Redskins. Remember that game was close, 20-16. They the Taylor Heineke was like perfect until he threw an interception.
Yeah,
and then they adjusted and they stepped on the run a little piece, but they adjust really well, and that's what you need in the playoffs because it's all about a tournament. It's a tournament. It's a tournament. It's a tournament.
Yeah, and it's only one game. Like a lot of the teams that went on great wild card pushes, Eli Manning had a great defense behind him. Tom Brady's defense picked off Aaron Rodgers like 2 or 3 times to make sure they win the game. And
after he got picked off 3 times.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but you just got it. Like sometimes it's just you get a little hot. You have a nice defense. You already have some key players that you can lean on.
The bag, man. Just go in there and come handle business, kid. Because in the playoffs, it's just because the playoffs is nothing but game 7s. That's what I like about the NFL. It's nothing but game 7s. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and my big thing for this game is I just hope no one gets hurt. I want to see everyone full strength, so there's no excuses come playoff time. Because everyone loves to have I didn't have blah blah. Full strength. Let's compete.
I'm gonna look him in the face and say it's a National Football League, buddy. Shit like this happens, kid.
Thank you, tell him, Kev. But that wraps us up for Saturday. Only 2 games, 2 good, a little teaser, but get used to it because Pat McAfee show just reminded me that like after the next week, there's only gonna be 6 more games of football in a week. Like we're heading towards the last couple of games. With the last couple of games mantra in the air, we have the Bengals at the Browns.
Case Keenum
versus Brandon Allen. Because Joey B will sit, Jamar Chase will sit. Most of the key players for Cincinnati are out of there.
Yeah, them boys are showing them. But I just want to know how hot they're going to be first week because, like, we'll see if they're going to be nice and rested. But I'm taking Case Keenum. That boy scores touchdowns.
Let me see. There are some playoff implications. Not for the Browns. They've been eliminated. They've sucked this year. But if Cincinnati, I didn't know. Okay, if Tennessee, New England, and or Kansas City loses, they secure the AFC 1 spot somehow. But if they lose this game and Tennessee and Kansas City and Buffalo win, they move all the way down to the 4th spot, which is I'm not too sure where you really even want to be in the AFC a wild card picture because no matter what, if you're in the top, you're gonna end up playing like the Colts. If you're in the middle, you might play the Patriots or Bills, and if you're in the bottom, you're playing the Chiefs maybe or the Titans. None of those teams really are your favorite lineup of players.
Yeah, like it's damn near you want to go last and just be like, fuck it, maybe you can catch the Titans on an off day. Like,
I want the first spot. I just want to see y'all second week. I want to at least say I made it out of wild card Sunday. But I'm rocking honestly with the Bengals. I mean, I don't think Nick Chubb's playing. I know Johnson's probably going to be a beast, but I think the Bengals, especially off of this season they just had, they kind of got more juice right now. And that's the only reason I'm rocking with them. I know Browns are at home, but the Bengals only have 1 loss in the division. They're feeling that juice. They own the North. So they kind of live by that mantra. I like him to kind of put a little juice in Brandon Allen.
I respect it.
Case Keenum, though.
Case Keenum? That's the only way I can say his name.
Nah, I think he's a better quarterback, but I think the juice is going to be in my boy B. Allen hands. And the next game we have, this is just we have the Packers going to play at the Lions.
Oh, hey, quick question before we get into that. How do you feel about the Bengals? Like, I expected them to be decent. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I seen them get that first win, or who they beat the Vikings first game. I was like, okay, maybe they'll be better than we thought. But motherfucking number 1 in the division blew out the Ravens twice, undefeated against the Steelers. Oh no, kid, that team is really doing their thing right now. They got some young talent, and they just looking just explosive.
I'm loving the team and everything. little crazy last two games. I just don't want to fall too much in love with them like the people did the Browns last year when they went 11-5. So I'm just gonna keep it going. Like I think they might make a solid push for it, but that's like anyone that comes out of this division. The year before it was like the Steelers, after they won 13 straight games or whatever, or 11 straight games.
They got bust.
And they got but so like I want to see the Bengals do very well. I think they have the talent for it. They're still very young. This is Joey B's first full actual NFL season. So like the fucking it's gonna go through the roof if this continues with the way it is. But Zach Taylor's like a young coach as well. So you can never really know. Like we haven't seen what they've done in the playoffs yet. So I just want to see, like, oh, are they gonna play the Chiefs the same way they played them before? Or are they gonna play a little bit more timid? Like, let me see this team.
If they get bounced out first round, as long as they went out that bitch shooting, because like it's true that they definitely haven't done anything yet, and they played really well for the last two games. But they haven't had the opportunity to do anything yet. So they don't even know how it feels yet. So, like, I look at them boys because they've had a lot of high-scoring games because they played the Chargers. That was a high-scoring game. The Browns scored a lot of points on them. They've had a lot of high-scoring games. And
yeah, the Chiefs, the last one was just crazy.
The Packers, and when they played the Packers, that was a great game. So, like, they've had some really good games. So, like, regardless if they get bounced out, as long as they go in that bitch shooting it, I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, no,
that's the season.
Especially with the way they play, I don't think they're going out like some bitches. I do believe like Joey B's got the moxie and the confidence to basically be like, "Hey, bro, give me the ball. I'm putting on my shoulders this game." Like Jamar go deep.
Yeah, I'm in Spanish 1. You know what we call those?
What do they call that, Kev?
Cojones.
That boy do got the cojones, and hopefully they can ride the cojones into the playoffs.
Hey, we don't want to ride the cojones, but hey, you bring yours, I bring mine.
But the next game, this is an easy pick. The Packers are gonna beat the fuck out the Lions. Aaron Rodgers might only play the first quarter, it says.
Well, like, remember when they had Matt Flynn?
Yeah.
That's why I always pick the Packers, because I feel like, oh, no, they got Jordan Love. But, like, ever since I seen them Matt Flynn, that shit, I was like, at least the rest of the team is going. They have such a deep team because of all the injuries that they be having. So, like, a lot of people that are going to be playing have had started time before. So, like, even though they got Jordan Love in, I like that defense to still look very similar.
No, that's true. I'm gonna ride the Packers with you as well, just because I can't pick the Lions anymore, dude. This definitely ain't the team I can see y'all pulling the win out of.
And both our teams out to play. You might as well just hop on with me to the Super Bowl. We going straight, but it's gonna be cold. Bring a jacket. You got to go through the frozen tundra.
I'm in the transfer portal. I'm looking at all my options right now.
Yeah. I know you're looking at the Titans, but don't think about the Titans. I can tell.
Oh no, I can never pick a team that is the team that has ended my playoff. Like I can't pick the Bills and Pats, but I may still ride hard with the Colts. Like I'll see how far they can take me, and I would love if they play the Bills in the first week of the playoffs, and just like last year, and that whole it'd be fun.
No Rams. You ain't trying to beef. You ain't trying to beef with me. No Rams.
Yeah, that was my team for the NFC pick. That's why I'm still gonna probably just go with them because they got invited to the dance. Like, hey, that's the pick I had. They got invited. Let's see how we do. We might win homecoming queen.
But the Colts are the ones with the nice shoes on. They came with the shoes. They came on with the glass slippers.
Yeah, but the Rams got a few club activities. Okay, like they might win homecoming queen. They might sneak in them votes.
They lost.
But how do you feel about I guess you kind of just told me, but like the Packers playoffs, we're doing it with all the playoff teams. Like how,
I want to see them just play their game. They get because like you can say that the playoffs had to go through Lambeau last year, and that shit didn't mean the shit to Tom Brady, but he threw 3 picks. I love saying that because he did. But like he threw 3 picks.
Crazy game
with first responders and fucking and cardboard cutouts in the fucking stands. Like, this is Lambeau. Like, we seen them cheeseheads, no shirts. 0 degrees.
Own them.
I seen a motherfucker in a jumper, a straight up jumper. That's it, and a cheese, and cheese, and he had the nerve to have a beanie on.
Hey, you gotta keep your head warm. That is the trick. Keep your hands, feet, and head warm, and you don't need nothing else.
I doubt he has shoes on. I doubt he has shoes on. But hey, man, I'm taking the Packers all the way through because that team is special, and they've bonded together and camaraderie. Motherfuckers that like each other has really gotten together, and I like it. I love it to see it. Great leadership. Great. Like, I don't know what's under leadership, but everybody's being leadable. I fuck with them.
Yeah, I want to see them boys. Honestly, I want to see him go to the Super Bowl and win it and everything. I fuck with Rodgers. He's the ultimate, like, fuck. Like, first of all, he's one of the most chill people I've ever seen watching interviews. He's very smart. Like, people want to knock him for, like, oh, he thinks he's so smart. And I'm like, bro, that does seem like a guy who seems intelligent to me. Like, intelligent. Like,
I'm not the person that chooses who's smart and who's not smart. I just know he's smarter than you. He's like the person that thought that. Like when I'm talking to Kyle, I'm like, yeah, he's smarter than you. Like, I know that for a fact. Yeah,
so I do want to see him do it. I want to see him win MVP so he can answer the call on the Zoom and everything. That's the big fuck you to NFL. And but
you should have like all 3 of your trophies behind him, like
just chilling. But one thing that has me worried was like this was how everyone, or maybe not everyone, because a lot of Buck fans are riding the Bucks. But I know a lot of people was like, oh, the Packers probably winning. Like, they had a similar. They were 13-3 last year. They dominated throughout the year. Aaron Rodgers won MVP almost unanimously. Like, so I don't want to see him beat a team like the Bills who went to the Super Bowl 4 times and lost all 4 times. And they've been in the NFC Championship, like 3 times in a row. I don't want him to make it 4 and just never go to the dance because Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback who definitely needs more than 1 Super Bowl, or at least been to the Super Bowl more than once. Like, it's gonna be like the Dan Marino story of like he only went to 1 Super Bowl in his 3rd year, and that's it. But his numbers are godly, and you can never knock the numbers.
Nah, definitely, but I think it's but it came down to just personnel. It just came down because they've been to this NFC twice. But it just came down to personnel at the end of the day. Like last year, they didn't go for it on 4th down. You would look like a fucking idiot this year if you made that decision. Like, you would literally look stupid. Like, especially giving it back to Brady, like, you would genuinely look like you might get fired off of a call like that. They could find somebody better in that short of notice. But like,
yeah, but they went for the field goal, didn't they? But they were still down by 10, and so they would have to get like 8 or something. So they needed to go for it.
Yeah, but they ain't go get that shit. They thought their defense was gonna get a stop.
Yeah, but the defense was balling last year too. Like, where we saw the early year Alexander.
But if your quarterback is like, yo, let's go tie this shit up. Let's try to win. Nah, bro, you got this, man. Nah, bro. Defense gonna give it back. Nah, bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? You might as well go get that dub. You see John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley. And yo, after he puts it in their mouth, like, hey, yo, after we get this touchdown to tie it up, you want to go for 2? Okay, all right, bet. All right, so go get that touchdown.
True, but they also are not in the playoffs right now.
Hey, I didn't say it worked.
Yeah, they did also have that one loss where Justin Tucker was sitting there just like, this how y'all do me?
2-1. Don't forget against the Steelers when that boy this close.
Very like a game of inches is what they call football. But that's actually crazy because the next game on the list was Steelers-Ravens. Steelers already clinched the 500, but if they get this win, they go 9-7-1. They need some crazy shit like the Colts losing to the Jaguars, and they may sneak in. Like, their playoff hopes is still like very slim, but they can make it. Do you think they get the win in Baltimore?
I don't think anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. What I know is that they need to have a Russell Wilson. We'll we'll strip for Russell Wilson. We'll work
Oh,
for
there's a
Russell
sign
Wilson.
for him.
They better advertise Russell Wilson. Free Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, you can live in my house. Like you better. Russell Wilson, you can eat free at my restaurant. You better have nothing but Russell Wilson. Y'all better be advertising for Russell Wilson, dog. Like, cause what y'all, all you guys are a quarterback away. Y'all, if y'all win this game, y'all gonna go 9-7-1, which you have a good chance to. Y'all are gonna go 9-7-1 in a year you had no QB. You have a
Basically,
motherfucker that's 1 sack away from breaking it, tying the record, 2 from breaking it, I believe. You got you got DBs that are doing things they haven't done in 3 years. Like, you got people coming to your team to be the best. Like, and you have a coach that does not quit over nothing. Like, bro, if y'all don't get y'all my mother, and you got a young running back, young stud. You gotta get y'all a motherfucking mobile quarterback that can get in and out that bitch, piss niggas off, and throw that shit down to your Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool and Juju. Like, the Steelers better get that shit cracking this offseason because y'all have a squad. Y'all should be they should be in the AFC Championship next year. That's how I feel.
yeah. The first thing they need to fix is that O line as well, though. It has been terrible. Big Ben just can't move. So if you have a terrible O line, you got a quarterback that can't move. Like it's never worked out.
Go get you Russell Wilson. If you can't get you Russell Wilson, go get him.
Yeah. I'm taking the Steelers just because they're playing for more. Mike Tomlin has more lit under them. Maybe the Ravens. It's hard. It's easier to sell. Yo, we get this win, we may get the playoffs. Versus, hey guys, I know we're out the playoffs, but we don't like the Steelers, so let's just upset. Like let's knock them out the playoffs this year. Like some people are just coming back. Like Lamar is just coming back. Like the defense is still injured. So it's just like maybe this team, the other team is just trying to get to the end of the season because there's been dealing with so much injuries and adversity. Let's just finish the season out already. We're already out the playoffs, you know.
I think I got the Steelers in this one just because you got like T.J. Watt ready to go break that sack record. You just got a lot of good players that had a good season. And like they had a long, hard, strong fought wins. Like they beat the Titans by an inch.
Yeah.
Literally. Like you got Joe Hayden posting. I love when niggas post. I love when individuals post afterwards, like super gremlin.
No, true.
So yeah, like the Steelers have a lot of hard fought wins. So I think they just want to end the season right because they know next year they finna kill him. Next year they gonna kill him.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you think TJ Watt sets or ties he's 1 sack away from tying 1.5 from breaking it?
I think in my mind, he has the record because Bros only played 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think, and also like I think he gets it for sure because he had almost 4 sacks last time he played this Ravens. So like he just gets in there, and I expect him to at least get 2.
He already has the record in my mind. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't care what the numbers say. Like, bro, you played 15 games, and 2 of those games you only played like the first quarter.
Yeah, it was like 12 full games is what the stats at right now, and then there's like probably it's like 13 maybe if you count the halves he's played.
That's somebody that's worth every dollar. I would have just gave him straight guaranteed money, no incentives. Like,
let's see. Next, yeah, I don't believe the Steelers are making the playoffs, so I think they had a good season. They didn't have the best personnel, and the Ravens maybe next year just be health. Like if they can get the health bug back on their side, it was just a bad year for injuries. You can't read this football. Sometimes it happens to your team, and then it hurts.
Two things, man. Get back, get healthy, and run the ball. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Because that's all y'all
down the throat.
Y'all go back to doing that shit. Y'all going back to number 1 in the AFC. It's like get healthy and run the damn ball because y'all were balling without a lot of key players from the jump.
True. Next game we have the Bears at 6-10 going to play the Vikings at 7-9. Kirk Cousins is expected to play the last game of the season, even though they are out That boy said, fuck it. Chicago's expected to be without Justin Fields. He's on the COVID list.
Motherfucking, they just motherfucking, what's the word for it? They try to shop his ass. They're like, hey, yo. They say, y'all need something? Okay. Y'all need anything? They shopping his ass. They might get Russell Wilson.
Everyone, everyone's just throwing to Seattle. Just throwing Seattle everything. Just fuck it.
Those some hits and bobs, man. Yo, Russell Wilson, man. I'm just saying. We got something for you.
And the Bears edge rusher, Robert Quinn, he needs one more sack to be the first player in history to have 19 or more sacks in a single season with two teams, because he had 19 sacks with the Rams all the way back in 2013.
Damn, that boy say, I'm going to keep grinding. Nice.
Yeah. He got used to the Robert Quinn and Aaron Donald duo over there in the middle, which was nasty back in the 13 to 15 range. And then Robert Quinn kind of just journeyed around.
That's interesting. I would have never known that.
Seen the world.
Boys.
Give me the Vikings. I mean, if Kirk Cousins is playing, the Bears have a great defense. I do expect Robert Quinn to get that one sack. And like you said with the last time, the Bears just have a lot of players that might be playing for little incentives or just pride in what like the cornerbacks, if they're playing, they're not taking it easy. No corner ever goes on the field like, oh yeah, like no, it's like it's island time, boys. And then but right. I just think if Kirk Cousins is playing, Mike Zimmer and that defense, fuck it, let's just go 8-9. Fuck the Bears. They're the little brother of the division.
I think I'm taking the Vikings because if you look at it, both these coaches might be playing for their jobs. So like,
yeah,
Mike Zimmer's gonna be like, hey man, don't forget about me. You know what I'm saying? I get Justin Jefferson for second year, 1,500 yards. You know, I called a lot of those plays. I'm just saying.
I did hire the QB, the wide receiver coach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, when Kirk Cousins pushed me and said, you like that? I pushed him back. And I said, it could have been better. I'm just saying. But motherfucking, hey, man, Mike Zimmer, I'm going to trust him. Because one boys look like they're going to be playing for a little bit of security. You feel me? A little.
Get off my back.
Get the monkey off my back.
Yeah. And both of their seasons are over. So I think the Bears almost have a top 10 pick. So we'll see. They might fix it. We might not, but their season is over after this week. Next game, we have the Colts at 9-7 going to play the Jaguars at 2-14 in Jacksonville, which makes a difference because the Colts have not won there since 2014, I think they said.
Don't they need a win to get in?
No, I believe they're safe. Yeah, they are safe, but if they lose, it opens the door. They might be at the Steelers. That might be the way the Steelers sneak in. The Steelers have to win.
Oh, the Raiders and the Chargers. They
play each other, so they would have to tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's this wild. If they lose, it opens the door for a lot. Their season's in their hands. You're in Jacksonville. You haven't won since I think 2014 in Jacksonville, which is crazy. But they have beaten them, and they played them in London in some of their home games. So technically it wasn't Jacksonville, but they got the win anyway. But the last time they were actually in Duval County was 2014. But that number's going to be broke this week.
That is a long ass time, no cap.
Yeah. But the Colts are just, they're going to run it. They lost last week. I'm not betting against this team to lose twice in a row, especially with this caliber of team on the next list. Frank Reich is just like, bro, what the fuck?
Frank Reich's playing for Coach of the Year, man. That boy got to get his Coach of the Year bid in there, you know what I'm saying? He got to finish like second or third. So I got the Colts on this guy because, like, how do you feel about the Jaguars season? It's been up and down and up and down, and down and down and down and down.
I never liked the Urban pick, and I never liked how much the Jaguars were they won no games or one game the year before. And then all of a sudden they get Trevor Lawrence and they draft his running back who didn't play a snap because he tore ACL or whatever, Travis Etienne. And then they bring in Urban, and all of a sudden it was just like, oh yeah, this is not the worst team in NFL no more. It's like the third worst team in the division. Like all of a sudden they're better than the Texans with Tyrod. And I was like, that don't make sense to me. But I won't say it was a success, but I don't think it was a failure. I think with all the shit that was going on with Urban, if he was treating the players a certain way, like a military authoritative figure kind of style, like ran his way, and people don't usually mess with that. It's hard to build around it, but and then you see that leave out the door. You see the reports on Twitter that like people are laughing at your team. Like it's not just are laughing at Urban, like they're laughing at the Jaguars locker rooms and the fights going on and shit. So like they're gonna wear clown masks at the stadium. Like this is like that's the fans are doing. They're all dressing up as clowns to go to watch the game to mock the owner. Like it's just with all that going around, then they still got more wins than they did last year. So I will give them that.
The Bills.
Yeah, like you beat the Bills. Like I'll give you beat a playoff team this year. Congratulations. Like so just like it wasn't a complete failure, but you have to bring the right people in next year or this is all going to be a failure. This is like Trevor Lawrence may never pop, at least for your organization. He may go do what Tannehill did, leave where he was drafted and go ball out somewhere else where like the situation fits a lot better. Like, so just don't fuck up who you're hiring and don't fuck up who you're putting around. Have people that can keep each other in check and order and create a real thing over there, because otherwise no one's wanting to play for the Jaguars for another 10 years if y'all fuck up Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, that's real shit.
How do you feel about the Colts though?
0-4, and then now they were one game away from being third in the first in the division. I think it's great coaching. I think it's long overdue, like respect. Like I feel like the Colts were the team that didn't get the respect that they deserved because of like last year they had Phil Rivers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Andrew like kind of just got out of nowhere. So like the Colts is a nasty team, and then JT was slept on because I didn't know who he was like that. I knew about him, but I didn't know about him like that. And they have the company back there on defense. So like the Colts are a great team, and like they had a really good season, a real interesting season, and a real adverse season. And the best part about it was we can watch it on fucking HBO Max if you got it.
They are the hard knock team. That is kind of raw.
Like I'm watching behind the scenes, motherfuckers have it, but they be talking about their families and shit. I'll be trying to find some like gameplay and shit. Like they be talking about some like, yeah, man, all them niggas finna have daughters and shit. I'm saying like, man, where y'all run schemes at? How the fuck Jonathan Taylor be getting off like that? What's your blocking shit looking like? I'll be trying to find some.
They're not giving out that information now, boys. Bill was doing the same thing. He's pausing each frame, looking at posters on the wall. Like, all right, what the fuck y'all running? But speaking of Jonathan Taylor, if he has 266 yards, he will top 2,000 yards this season. I know it sounds impossible, but last time they played the Jags, he had 253. So just an extra 13, an extra first down, he would have had the 2K season. So how do you think he's gonna get it? And if not, do you think it's still possible he may get it?
I don't think I can say if he is or isn't. I'm saying go get that shit. Like, yo, bro, go do that. Go do that, dog. That shit would be crazy. Oh, that shit would be crazy. I'd enjoy every second of that shit. Go get that shit. Like, it's possible. If it was 300, I tell you to go get that shit. Like, ever since AP, because I remember when AP had to do it, and he had to get like a crazy amount of yards, and it was just like, not only did he get the 2K season, he almost got the fucking record. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, am I watching this? Is this like real life right now? Like, bro, it was literally a first down away from the record. And like, they had a couple more plays that way they could have went for it, but they didn't because whoever they coach, possibly not Mike Zimmer, possibly
No,
Mike Zimmer.
no, I think it was before Mike Zimmer. Definitely was before Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, I'm just checking. That boy Mike Zimmer is kind of old. I mean, seniorized, but yeah, they definitely JT's that dude. If you could get that should be crazy. That should be crazy. You gotta break it like 60 or 70 just to set it up. Like, yeah, bro, I do this.
Just to let it know, like y'all finna lay down as I do this to y'all.
I appreciate it, sir.
But yeah, no, all hope to JT. Hopefully you get it, my man. Next game we have the Titans at Texans. We both know how this is probably going. Derrick Henry though is set to probably return in the playoffs. How you feel?
My boy feel like Goku out the sand chamber, boy. My boy didn't wait. He's just once that timer goes off, he finna super beam, boom, I'm out of there. Now he's throwing out stiff arms. And like he probably start off a little slower, things might be a little tighter and stuff like that. But that boy gonna be ready to play. And they're gonna be able to play while he's getting his rest knocked off. If that extra week, oh yeah, he coming to play, kid. This is gonna be nice.
And the Titans are winning this just because they want the first seed for the extra week to sit there to be able to have Derrick Henry. Like and it's the Texans. You can't ask. This is divisional, I guess, kind of, but like, oh, the Texans did beat them earlier this year. Getting all the interceptions and everything, there's no way y'all pulling it off twice. I'm sorry, y'all had a good one. But yeah, the Titans going into the playoffs though, I can't doubt them. Because there was plenty of games that I've doubted them because of COVID people out. No Derrick Henry. Their defense has been balling this year. No one's really talking about it. They had something Landry on the defensive line, I believe. But he was at one point like the number 3 sack leader. But he's been eating all year. I think this team has a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but I'm not picking the Titans to go to the Super Bowl. I think they might get the first seed, but if they do play the Chiefs, I know you're probably going to say they're still alive, but I don't know. I just think they might get a little turned up on. They've had a hell of a run, though. Very good. They pulled out dubs where dubs were hard to find. But I just think getting a player back from injury, no matter how great of a talent, he might, like, you never know. Like Russell Wilson, it's taken him like 4 or 5 games, and he's a phenomenal talent to like fully come back into like danger Russ mode.
I believe the Titans are a nice team. Definitely, like they just beating so many good teams. And I've got Coach Variable as my coach of the year. But the only team I really think that matches up crazy against them is the Bills. I feel like the Bills match up well against them. I think the Patriots can scheme against them, but I don't know if they really have the same personnel groups as them. But like, yeah, I really see like the Bills being a big threat, and they're like, it's pretty much a shootout, a pick 'em with them and the Chiefs in my eyes. So like, the Titans could make it, but like I feel like there's just a lot of it's just gonna be a game by game, week by week type of thing. Like, yo, it's whoever you playing. Like whoever you playing, you gotta beat that person in front of you. You can't even worry about next week. Gotta knock out that person in front of you.
Yeah, and that's what makes the playoffs fun. All you just take it week by week, and you never know.
Mm-hmm. But fucking, I do want to throw out this like 121, make a wish.
Make a wish. Well, we can knock out this one right here. This one's real easy. Both of these teams, their seasons are over. So let's take a pick. And it's an easy one. Washington at Giants. I'm taking Washington. Mike Glennon's backup is playing.
Yeah, we definitely going Washington on this one. We don't got to think twice.
Next game, these are the 4:00 games. We have the Seahawks at Cardinals. Seahawks season is over. Cardinals are in the playoffs. How you feeling about the playoffs come up after this? Like, how you feeling to come playoffs?
I want to see them boys running back with the Cowboys. I don't care about nothing else. I need to see the Cardinals running back with the Cowboys all day.
That'd be fun. I do hope it's a rematch game.
Same place, same time. I need to see it all.
Same place. And Kyler, first time touching playoff grass, I believe. So let's see how this team goes.
And possibly with D-Hop. They've been talking about possible return. I've been listening to Ian Rappaport. You know, I'll be steaming and geezing. He might pop up on they might take him off the injured reserve list this week. Put him on limited snaps in practice.
Oh, no, that would be kind of. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that. But if that happens, I know that at least give them confidence. Kyler more confidence to come his first playoff game.
And it gives them a threat on defense because like they got a machine gun up there. It just depends on what bullets you want to hit them with.
What bullet you want to get shot with, my guy. They're definitely a dangerous team. They've beaten almost all the good teams in the NFC. I know they lost to the Packers, but they did beat the Rams. I'm not big sold on them going to the Super Bowl, but hey, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen 1 week at a time.
They got to go through Green Bay.
Next one, we have the same scenario, one team out of it, one team going. The Panthers 5-11 at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers easily steamrolling this game. But I'm not scared. Huh?
Didn't they just play these bums?
Yeah, this is the NFL. Like I said, they're doing divisional games to end the year this year. The Eagles played Washington twice in 3 weeks. Like a lot of teams that didn't play the divisional games until like kind of later in the season, and that is now how the shit is lined up for you, I guess. But with the Buccaneers, I'm not afraid of this team anymore. The team that once was Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and then Gronk as the number 4, and then Lenny Fournette as the running back. They don't have Lenny Fournette. They don't have Chris Godwin. They don't have AB. So now he's just right back. Okay, we got Mike Evans and Gronk. There's a lot more guardable team on defense, and I know Brady's Brady, and that defense is that defense. But personally, this team, I'm not picking as my repeat. I think they they're not scary no more. Now you can have a double team on Gronk and have your best corner on Mike Evans and shit like that. Like you can do shit now instead of have to worry about the other two.
That's facts. I do it the opposite though. I'd have my best corner on Gronk and a double team on Mike Evans. That's a tall ass motherfucker. But I've never feared these bozos, these jabronis. I've never feared them. Even though they bust us twice, but I've never feared them. Never walked in those games thinking, damn, we got to guard Stephon Diggs in the snow. Never had to deal with no shit like that. Fucking bitch ass niggas. But hey, man, they gonna have to grind. Like that defense has to turn up again. If defense don't turn up, they out. Like I'm not gonna say out first round, but they out. Like they not going through Green Bay if that defense not ready to turn the fuck up.
Yeah, I just want to see how after this week the final standing, so I can say who's out first round in my eyes. Because it's hard to say, oh yeah, this team's out first round, but then what if they play some easy ass team? Or I know it won't be an easy team as the playoffs, but a team that they can line up against a lot better. And it's just like I can't say they're out first round no more. But next two teams, this ones actually have two playoff teams. We have the 49ers at the Rams. Sean McVay has never beaten the 49ers as the coach Kyle Shanahan has beaten the Rams every time with Sean McVay as the coach, like 5-0 or some shit. So that was a crazy nugget I saw. Do you think it goes on, or do you think the Rams get the chance to win the division?
Oh, this is for the division?
Yeah, because they're 12-4, and so are the Cardinals, I believe, right? No, they're 11-5. So if they lose and the Cardinals win, they tie. And I'm not too sure who wins those tiebreakers.
I got the Rams though. I feel like this is a game. If Matthew Stafford plays, it's gonna be like a get back game, get right for the playoffs, coming with the right mindset. But if they don't have like their key players in, it's Matthew Stafford, Odell, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson. I got the 49ers because That boy know how to beat Sean McVay.
That's true. But Jimmy G might not play. It might be the Trey Lance show again, which does change that offense up.
Yeah, I was about to say that doesn't change my mind on them.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams just because like I just think they're the better team when they the Rams should win this game if they are a playoff series contender. If they do not win this game and they're not focused or whatever, they look ugly, they're throwing in, that means you're not playing your best football come January and December. And that's a problem. Y'all are playing good football early this season.
Great football earlier this season.
On the other side, the 49ers, they're a team that I think they might make a push because the George Kittle, Deebo Samuel kind of been blowing up, and Elijah Mitchell's back. Jimmy G, though, like they don't have that defense that was scary. But Jimmy G, as long as he plays decent, that's all that matters.
I think they're bouncing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You think they're one game out?
Yeah, because we almost bust them. And like, I don't know. I ain't never really liked that. I like Kittle. I like Deebo. I'm not really a big
this was a team earlier in the year that almost beat the Packers. Remember that came down to that field goal? That was a good, like that's what I'm saying. They can put up points. That's why I think that they could be scary if they have all their key players in.
If their defense put up points, I'm scared of them. But like, nah, I'm not a big. I think they're bouncing. I could be wrong though, but I think they're bouncing. They got a lot of talent to deal with out there.
Yeah, I can see both scenarios. Next game is the Patriots at the Dolphins. I'm taking the Dolphins. Those are my boys. But this has no playoff implications. I think the Patriots with Bill Belichick as the coach come playoff time. Mac Jones plays well, but I just want to see how they end up because if they're playing a Chiefs the first round or something, the Chiefs are blowing them out the water. But if they're playing like a Colts the first round, that would be a great matchup. Or the Bills again. That's the matchup I want to see. A Bills versus Patriots 3.
Yeah, that shit would go crazy. That's what I want to see now that I think about it. Bills versus Patriots 3, like, okay, we had the snowy game. Then you had the Josh Allen third game.
Sometimes sunny game.
Sometimes sunny game, but this is all the marbles game. Like, yo, Bill, you ran into them boys 3 times. Like, I never heard of you losing to somebody twice in the season.
2 out of 3.
But you might do it to the Dolphins this week if y'all don't come ready with that thing. Y'all come playing around. Let me see what's working and what's not working. Y'all gonna get swept by the Dolphins this year, and we gonna throw a party on the podcast.
Yeah, hey, bro, if we can start our season winning in New England and our last game beating New England, hey, I'm not asking for too much more this year. Next game, Jets are out of the playoffs. Season's over. They're going to play Buffalo. Bills are 10-6. Bills win. I'm pretty sure we're both on the Bills winning here.
Hey, this is how I feel about this game.
Yeah, this walkout. But how do you feel about the Bills coming to playoffs? Because I feel like this team will be fun. There's another team who they can score a lot of points, but I do feel like unlike the 49ers, their defense is a lot better. They have like 2 of the top 5. They have like 2 safeties with 7 interceptions or something like that. Mika Hyde, and I can't think of the other one's name. So like their defense is balling this year. Their offense can get shut down though. But how do you feel about them?
Motherfucking, I don't think they're bad. I just don't think they're the greatest. I don't think they're like the option. I think they match up well against the better teams in their conference. But no Tre'Davious White, so that's big. That's a big crucial on the defense. But you got Micah Hyde doing what he does. But I'm not a big fan because I watched him play Josh Allen. He can get shut down in the snow when it comes to throwing, and it's like that's kind of your bread and butter. Like if y'all gonna be the cold team, you should be able to kind of throw in the cold.
That should be your calling card. You should not be You should not be being disadvantaged playing at your home stadium.
I don't know. The Chargers be figuring it out. But if they play if they play a team like the Chargers, somebody that's not really good at stopping the run, Josh Allen's gonna get off all over their ass. But besides for that, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I just watched him get shut down last week. You know, AJ Terrell Island. It travels. It doesn't get frozen in the cold. But I'm just not. I just like the only thing that's really impresses me is the fact that Josh Allen can just take off and move like a fucking tight end.
Yeah, he's a freak. That was his big thing. Was like his arm power. He could throw the whole field basically, which is nuts. He threw like 70 yards on his knees, and he can run like a tight end. But that team, that having him at quarterback and that physical traits, that's why I say like this is a fun team. Like yeah, let's see what y'all can do. Maybe y'all could knock off some teams, but at the same time y'all are young. Y'all make some mistakes. You see the fuck ups.
Yeah, and I like their weaponry at receiver. Like they got my dog Dawson Cox, Stephon
Manuel
Diggs.
Sanders, Cole Beasley. They went out and got some guys for him.
And Josh Allen is the running back. So like I like their offense. I just don't like that there are handicaps that like are kind of should be like what you do again. That's like in one. It's not like that, but it's similar to going a mile high with the Broncos. And you see the Broncos over there with a whole bunch of oxygen takes. Like what, bro? Like what?
That wouldn't make sense now, bro.
Like we're supposed to do that.
No, I understand you're saying that's like a Florida team that can't play in the heat. It just wouldn't make sense. Why that y'all don't have home field advantage then?
It's like you gotta go get you a dome.
Hey, both these teams got a dome. The Saints at Falcons. I know who you got, and I got them too.
Oh, I'm not fucking saying that.
Go find your chain. I just know that Kyle Pitts needs 58 yards to go break that boy Mike Ditka's 60-year mark for rookie tight end receiving yards. So I'm hoping he gets it. That'd be kind of dope. I like watching history. Then Atlanta, if y'all can sweep the Saints, I know you're not making the playoffs, but what do y'all move up to number 2 in the division?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be bad. There's little bragging rights within the division.
No, Saints fans suck, so it's not like I got nobody to brag to. But it's gonna be good. I think we just had a good season this season. We need to finish it out strong, get another win in for the year, get one more win in Atlanta. We only have one so far. And let's sweep the Saints real quick. Like them boys, the Aints. Like don't let them boys put up no numbers. Don't throw no interceptions. Don't cost it. And get tired of Kyle Pitts' record. We gonna leave with a decent record this season. And we definitely stepped up. Because think about it. If you are starting receiver core was supposed to be when Arthur Smith got the job, the receiver core was Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Russell Gage, Sharp, Zacchaeus as fucking just motherfuckers on. Probably one of them boys would have been on special teams. But nah, those two are your starters now, and you got Kyle Pitts playing in the slot and wide out. So it's like they definitely adjusted. They made moves. They figured shit out. They made Cordell Patterson a fucking Swiss Army knife. We got young players on defense. We got Foye Oluokun leading the league in tackles, you bitch. And Deion Jones, we're gonna need him to come back strong next season. Like we had a great year. I fuck with Dean Pease a long way. He had some very inspirational words for people that you could kind of that you could take in life. We had a good season, man. Shout out ATL, man. So everybody stand up. Fuck what you heard.
Yeah, and one thing I think the Falcons, I think they know for sure is y'all just need a pass rusher, like a really good pass rusher. Y'all only have 17 sacks as a team right now, which I like. TJ Watt, Robert Quinn have more sacks than y'all. That was some crazy stat I saw. I was like, damn, I didn't know the Falcons didn't get sacks like that, but That is true.
We be getting back. We just don't be tackling there. The boys be seeing us come. We be getting slipped up. Like that should be bad. If you really go watch
the pressures, the hits.
Yeah, no hits. Pressure though, pressure.
But
when
not.
we do get them, they be like third down.
Oh, it'd be third down. No, but I'm taking the Falcons just to. I just don't like the Saints with Taysom Hill. They didn't, like I said last week. It's not that they beat the Panthers. The Panthers just lost to the Saints. Like the Panthers suck that bad. The Saints are not that good. Tell them, cause suck it.
Yeah, I got 2 words for you, man. I gotta get a DX shirt from this summer.
I gotta get another one. I lost my last one. Next game and last game for I believe the Sunday night slate is the Chargers at the Raiders. Both 9-7. You win, your season continues. You lose, you go home. Are you sticking with your first bold prediction that the Chargers are gonna fuck someone's season up? And is it gonna be the Raiders?
So beautiful. Bro, you could have asked for it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that this game is not only good for the teams, this is good for football because you can't ask for it no better way. You can't. Like, I'm not gonna. This game gives me a little bit of shivers, a little bit. Like, I get kind of giddy, like for this game.
Like, look me in the eye as you beat me, or as if who's going home today? You're gonna have to look the man in the eye that you're sitting at home.
And remember, both of these teams were part of my bold predictions. Don't forget that. I said, John Gruden, out of there. I said,
he got out of there.
I said the Chargers is gonna piss somebody off, and I said the Saints aren't gonna go 500 in the division. They beat the Bucks twice. They lost to the Panthers. They lost to us.
They lost to the Dolphins. They lost to.
I'm telling you, I said in 500 or 500 in the division. I'm thinking in the division. 2. Oh, so they won 1 and lost 1 to the Panthers. They beat them, boys. So that's 3, and then that's 1, and that they've already lost 1 to us. So if we beat them, they'll be 500. So yeah, hey man, this is the week that like I called this shit, man. I said I seen this shit coming.
Seen it with his own eyes.
Seen this shit coming. So I'm gonna leave it up to Magic, but nah, I like the Chargers to do this because the Chargers got to get this because they shouldn't have fucking lost to the Texans and they wouldn't be in this fucking mess in the first place. They're supposed to be resting my dog Jay Herbo, chilling Keenan Allen, and letting Mike Williams vibe. But nah, them boys came through to win, so they better get this done. Is it so far?
So, this is in Raiders. This is in Las Vegas. This is in the Death Star.
Oh, what's it? The Death Star?
It's at the Death Star. And don't forget that when they played earlier, like I said, these are a lot of these games, divisional games. I think across the board, like 90% of the games, every game is a divisional game. Chargers and Raiders, they played earlier in the season. Remember Derek Carr and Joey Bosa had some words? Joey Bosa said that Derek Carr looked shook in the pocket. And like Derek Carr was just like, again, there was a lot of tension going on. And this is at the same time where their season for the Raiders took a shift. It went from games, because this was like week 8, games that looked like they might lose, they won. And now in the second half of the season, they've lost more games than they things have flipped on their head. But
they done lost everything. They done lost games. They done lost coaches. We lost John Madden. Like the Raiders just losing.
Yeah, and but the Chargers, they don't they win a lot of games on the road because every home game is a road game. So whenever they go on the road, it's no big deal. They face the adversity at home all the time.
And when they played the Raiders, they had to deal with the Raiders fans anyway. Like there were way more Raiders fans. It was on a Monday night. Remember that?
Yeah, no, it was Monday night. That was the second Monday night the Raiders had gotten.
And remember they had the fan that was in that bitch that was at the work office Zoom meeting. He was in the game just.
Oh, well, both of them. Well, so Carr only needs 72 passing yards to break the Raiders' single-season passing record that is Rich Gannon in 2002. Justin Herbert
had it.
Huh?
I would have thought he had it.
I did too, for some reason, but I guess not. Justin Herbert needs 172 to pass Dan Fouts for the single season passing record for the Chargers.
And before we forget, Matt Ryan needs a couple more. I forget how many more yards, but he's almost away from 8 straight 4,000-yard seasons. I'm just saying, your quarterback hasn't done that.
Let me see. I actually have that written down. He needs 248 yards to have 11 seasons of 4K in a row. Oh, and that's 1 year away from the record, which is held by Drew Brees.
So he passed Dan Marino.
Oh yeah. Hey, bro, the fact that Dan Marino was doing this stuff in the 80s when that's a completely different talk, because that right there. But like the fact that he's doing that shit in the 80s and it's not the same game, that makes me really think like, wow, like he really was special. But out of these two teams, we did this earlier. If one of them makes it, like both sides make it, you see the Raiders make it and you see the Chargers, which team is scarier come playoff time, or just which one you might make the push if they make it?
The Chargers, because in the playoffs you got to shoot it out with them, and that's a little tougher than the regular season. In the playoffs you got to shoot it out with them. If you're not ready to come shoot it out with them, then like Cowboys gonna be looking flat because they're gonna put up 35 in the playoffs. Yeah,
no, I agree. I think the Chargers, they have the weapons and they have the personnel and the names that you need for the playoffs, those single key players. The Raiders, they have Max Crosby, who's been like low-key, like a great defensive player this year. That cornerback duo, Nate Hobbs, and I can't remember the other name, but like they're young and they've been not allowed a lot. But Derek Carr will get murdered in the playoffs. I just see it. Like I can already see it happening like this. Like if the Raiders sneak in, they're the team that gets blown out by 20 or 30 in the first game, which no one wants to see.
Nah, for real.
But that one right there wraps up Week 18 picks edition of the Totally Blitz podcast. Kev, how will you break it down for them boys?
Hey man, if you don't know, I don't give a fuck. It's been 18 motherfucking weeks. We came strong, and we coming even stronger come playoff time. But it's been the Totally Blitz podcast. Yeah, bitch. And we over here doing what we do, and we gonna keep vibing. Enjoy the fucking weekend. It's a new year. Get on your grind. Do what you gotta do. Hey, and shout out anybody that's been fucking with us, because we fuck with you too. And this has been another episode of Totally Blitz. Yeah, bitch.
Got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got two